The US government has indicted the former Cuban president Raul Castro over a fatal attack on two civilian planes in 1996. The US Justice Department alleges that 94-year-old Castro, Cuba's defense minister at the time, played a leading role in the decision to have Cuban fighter jets shoot down two civilian aircraft on February 24, 1996, killing 4 people. The indictment marks one of the sharpest escalations in tensions between Washington and Havana in years. The acting US Attorney General Todd Blanche made the announcement in Miami.
Today, we are announcing an indictment charging Raul Castro and several others with conspiracy to kill US nationals. As alleged in the indictment, Raul Castro and 5 co-defendants participated in a conspiracy that ended with Cuban military aircraft firing missiles at those civilian planes and killing 4 Americans. Those are the allegations returned by a federal grand jury. My message today is clear. The United States and President Trump does not and will not forget its citizens.
Now, for more, let's go straight to our Washington correspondent, Misha Komadovsky. Misha, what's behind this? Is this indictment of Raul Castro mainly symbolic, or could it have real legal and political consequences?
Well, it's more than just symbolic, Gerhard. Legally, the impact is quite limited unless Raul Castro leaves Cuba or, say, another government cooperates with the United States. But politically, it's a major escalation. You're right. Washington is accusing a former Cuban leader over, as we heard, the 1996 shootdown of civilian planes that killed 4 people. It also increases pressure on Havana amid very tense US-Cuba relations. And to summarize, the indictment charges Castro with 7 counts, 1 count of conspiracy to kill U.S. nationals, 4 counts, 4 counts of murder, and this is. And 2 counts of destroying an aircraft. It is described here by some analysts here in the United States, Gerhard, as a major escalation in a very complex U.S.-Cuba relations.
Now, there was an indictment against Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela back in 2020. He has been snatched by U.S. troops famously recently. So are we looking at the U.S. preparing for a scenario Maduro 2.0?
Well, this comparison, Gerhard, comes from the fact that the U.S. is again targeting a long-time anti-American leader with criminal charges. But the big difference is actually custody. Nicolas Maduro was physically detained or snatched, as you said. Raul Castro is currently inside Cuba, and the United States officials, I have to say, are not really answering the main question here on whether they will try to bring Castro to the United States by force. Any attempt to capture him without Cuba's consent would be extremely risky under international law.
Now, why is the Trump administration taking this step now?
Well, this appears to be part of a much broader pressure campaign against Cuba, against Havana. The Trump administration has increased sanctions recently, targeted countries supplying oil to Cuba, and blamed Havana for its worsening economic crisis. The indictment sends a strong political message that Washington is taking a much tougher line against the Cuban leadership.
Thank you very much, Misha Komadovsky, our correspondent in Washington. Thank you, Misha.